Hi friends, this was the MCQ that I asked this week on all my social media platforms. Let's see the MCQ and let's find out the answer. Workload on SERCA is reduced by which of the following? SERCA, it's a calcium pump and it's in the muscle. It brings about the muscle relaxation. So the options were calmodulin, calsequestrin, DHPR or RYR. I found many students opted for DHPR or RYR, thinking about the calcium bringing out the muscle contraction. Well, that's not the case. The answer was in fact calsequestrin. Let's understand the role of calsequestrin. Look, you know the events in muscle contraction. Impulse travels through the nerve, enters the muscle. It is sensed by DHPR. DHPR interacts with RYR, and then RYR pumps the calcium or sends the calcium into the sarcoplasm. This calcium initiates the muscle contraction. Now, if for the muscle to relax, this calcium has to be pumped out of the sarcoplasm. It has to be sent back into the L tubule, the storage sites, the terminal cisternae. And this calcium movement is against the concentration gradient. Against the concentration gradient means low to high, high in the L tubule. And therefore, obviously, it requires a pump, and that pump is SERCA, sarcoplasmic endoplasmic reticulum calcium ATPase. It's a calcium ATPase, it's a calcium pump. It sends the calcium from low to high concentration. Now, consider this. If the calcium, and I'm talking about ionic calcium, if the ionic calcium concentration increases in the L tubule, then this concentration gradient will further widen, low to high. If this high becomes even higher and higher, that means it will be a workload on SERCA to send the calcium from low to a very high concentration. So here comes the role of calsequestrin. Calsequestrin in the L tubule, it mops up the ionic calcium in the L tubule. By mopping up the ionic calcium, it decreases the ionic calcium concentration in the L tubule to some extent. That means low to high, this high does not become very high. If the concentration gradient is too wide, that will be a workload on the SERCA. So, by mopping up this ionic calcium, calsequestrin reduces the workload on the SERCA. It does not allow the concentration gradient from low to high to become too much wide. That's the function of the calsequestrin, and that's how it reduces the workload on SERCA.